Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 12th of August. My name is Phillip Kingston and today I seem to be anchorless today, but we do have a great guest that's going to arrive on screen in a few moments' time. For those of you that have been following GPTV over the last few weeks, we've had Nikki Janov, we've had Sally Zellman, we've had Darren Krongol. We've had a whole lineup of anchors for me, and I must say they've done the most fantastic job. But by special demand, I suppose you could say, we've got a guest that's arrived in the studios today, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome a man that some of you have known but not many of you have seen for quite some time. I'd like to introduce today my anchor, the one and only Gary Peer. Come on in, Gary.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Gary,
thanks very much.
lovely to have you here, and welcome to GPTV. I don't know whether you know what GPT stands for, but stands for Gary Peer TV. And you are Gary Peer, and nice to have you on screen today.
He made me do this. I think you're ridiculing me. I've just got a sense that you're ridiculing me. But yes, thanks. I had a great break. Thanks, Phillip.
So the viewers may not remember this man, but it is actually Gary Peer. And Gary's arrived and blessed us with his presence today.
Brought you a little bit of sunshine.
Having been away for most of the winter, we're clocking down now. I think there's only another 19 days of winter to go, and you've graced us with your presence, have you?
I'm expanding the breadth of our business by doing professional real estate inspections in other parts of the world, Phillip. And for that, I get ridiculed and not appreciated. It's incredible.
All I know is that while I've been hard at work at the coalface, you've been flitting around the world. All I can say is we must have the most phenomenal business that allows you to A, be able to afford these extravagant holidays, and B, to just take the time off.
I'm committed to expanding the business internationally, Phil. That's why I just keep doing that. You know, it's a sacrifice I'm prepared to make. I'm prepared to go to America. I'm prepared to go to Asia. I'm prepared to go to Europe to improve the perspective of the world, so I can add that to the business and to the viewers of GPTV. Do you accept that?
And for the viewers that don't understand how our business operates, is that I'm clearly the working partner, but not only that, is that I try to take very little interest in the actual running of the business. So when it comes to the administration and the actual finer details of running the business, that really just doesn't interest me. I'm interested in being at the coalface with the buyers and the sellers. That's what I do.
Yep.
Gary, on the other hand, tends to do a bit more of the administrative side of the business. That is, he's paying the bills.
That's right.
I need to take a greater interest, I think, in actually having a look at the balance sheets, clearly the frequent flyer points. I want to see the checks and balances, because seriously, your business, your side of the business is clearly doing a lot better than mine.
I thought I was going to cop a spray today. I didn't know how bad it was going to be, but he's given it to me,
anyway,
and fair enough. And it was worth it.
I'm actually happy to say it's good to have you back.
Thank you very much.
Even though the guys and girls that sat in your chair while you were away did a fantastic job.
They did a damn good job. I enjoyed watching a bit of GPTV with the martini in my hands, watching some of those anchors. They did a damn fine job. Thank you very much.
Let's talk about the market, Gary, because you probably have forgotten that this is a show that we're
Victoria Market, Camberwell Market, or real estate market.
Where we invite the viewers into the inner sanctum of our business so that we can actually drill down into the marketplace. So let's talk about the weekend that was.
It was a good one. Phillip Kingston, 11 of 14 sales, brings us up with a 79% clearance rate against an industry average of
71%.
There you go. We smashed it again. That's nice to beat it, Phillip. Let's talk about some of the results. But before we do that, I think we need to just talk about the sale that wasn't on the weekend, Phil, but was on Thursday last week, because this is a great real estate story. It's a headline.
It's a case study, Gary.
Yep.
A case study. Congratulations go to Alex Campbell and Leon Guzenfeder of our office.
But let's talk about what happened, Phil, because it's interesting. Last year I did do an auction in Neerim Road, Phil. We passed it in at about 880, and the vendor said, please, can you get me 930, 940? We couldn't get them 930, 940, but
No one wanted it at that price?
No one was prepared to pay that, Phil.
Where could you have sold it?
Maybe 9 at best. You know, we had some interest around high 8s.
We could have got 900,000 for it.
Yeah, 900 was probably about it. And a very, very nice lady who looked at me at the auction and said to me, Phillip...
She said to you, gee, you're a very handsome man.
I wasn't going to say that she said that, but now you bring it up. No, she said to me, I have faith and we trust you. And
really?
and that was lovely
when
to
you're
hear.
in Melbourne, she meant.
Yeah, that's right. I think she trusts me because I'm not here often. But so anyway, she did stick with us. But in the meantime, Alex Campbell's gone to the house on one side and then to the house on the other side, and he's managed to get 3 separate vendors all to agree to sell. So all of a sudden, Phillip, we don't have one house anymore. Oh no, not 2, but 3 homes on Neerim Road, and of course these 3 homes are all sold. on Thursday for a combined value of $3,255,000. And notwithstanding, of course, a great sale for the company, what a great story for the vendors who got $1,085,000 each. A lot better than 900.
So let me deconstruct this for the viewers a little bit more. So
I wasn't clear enough?
No, well, you didn't explain why we put the three together.
You upset me, I'm going away again.
The three together make up a development site in a preferred development zone in the city of Glen Eira. The city of Glen Eira has completely changed all of the rules with regards to development, which makes me think we should probably get somebody on from the city of Glen Eira at some stage to talk about this.
Let's do that.
But we put these three together and created a big development site.
We did.
So one house on its own wasn't of much interest to the developers.
No, it wasn't.
Two would have been of some interest, but
maybe
three meant that 1 + 1 + 1 didn't equal 3, it equaled 5. Because instead of them getting $900,000 each, they got almost $1.1 million each.
Yes.
We created a development site, and each of those owners did significantly better than selling independently.
It's what you call, Phil, the whole being worth a lot more than the sum of the parts.
Correct, yeah.
And congratulations to the three vendors aboard it. Congratulations to the agents involved in our agency, and congratulations to the developer who would not be able to get a parcel like that if they weren't put together that way.
Congratulations really go to Alex Campbell and Leon Gusenfeld who put that deal together.
Yes, they did.
It's an exciting real estate story, an exciting case study about creative real estate, Gary, at its finest.
People working together for beautiful outcomes.
Let's move forward, Gary, and talk about the weekend that was, the
Phil,
Saturday and Sunday. We had a big weekend.
I locked on up to Brighton proper to see you perform an auction. It was written up on the paper today. It was 10:30. It was written up in the paper yesterday and reported on as well. But there you were in your sartorial elegance, strumming your stuff out in the street there in Brighton, in Grey Street.
Number 18 Grey Street.
The weather was a bit grey, the street was grey, but the result was nice and bright, Phil, wasn't it? Tell us about it.
Well, that was a really good house, Gary, and just in a really good position.
Yes.
A really great family home, as you can see through these video images.
Yes.
Moved straight into it. We sold it to a young couple from Paran.
We did.
All the way from Paran to sunny downtown Brighton.
Prices undisclosed, Philip. So we can't talk about
a special shout out to the family there that sold, because they're really lovely, lovely people.
They are, Phil.
I can say that even after we've made the sale.
You can. Phil, we were in Elwood at Meredith Street. We were supposed to be there, but we sold before auction number 7A, Meredith Street, a property featured on the St Kilda and Bayside report. Phil, we sold that one for $940,000 pre-auction. And we then went on to Hawthorne Avenue, Phil, and sold a property there, undisclosed, but a good auction, well done. A great home, really nice, great location in the heart of Caulfield North. Phil, the Docklands.
What a great story this is.
We like the Docklands. Sidley Street, the address is 218/60 Sidley Street, Docklands.
I think this is an interesting case study for the viewers, Gary, because when Nikki Janover from our office went to list that property, she spoke to a number of people that lived in the building. It's quite a large building, and they all said, oh, there's about half a dozen for sale here.
Don't auction here,
They're all private sale, you don't auction.
No.
And these other properties had been on the market for some time. So Nikki, in an inimitable fashion, took that advice on and then said, to hell with that advice, I'm going to auction.
And
so,
to the vendor's benefit,
we hold an auction there. We have three bidders. We sell it well in excess of the reserve
$450,000.
So the Gary Pure and Associates listing is now sold, while the other half dozen properties just languish there on the market. So we call that counterintuitive real estate. Just because there's 6 others for sale doesn't mean an auction won't work. Auctions bring people's attention to a date and selling time.
Well done, Philip. We did not sell a property in Kooyong Road, Elstwick, but gee, you'd think we're going to very quickly, because it's a beauty.
Gary.
3 at 465 Kooyong Road, Elstwick, Philip.
I love this townhouse, Gary.
So do I.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, courtyard gardens, an immaculate development.
And mid-sevens will buy it, thereabouts.
$749,000.
That's value, Phil.
If this is not sold by the time GPTV comes out, I'll be surprised.
I'd be very surprised as well, Philip. The other property that didn't sell was in Waverley Road, but that also sounds like terrific value, Phil. Investor buying, Malvern East past him. The reserve there, $479,000, sounds good. Pierce Street sold before auction, Philip, for an undisclosed amount. We can't talk about it, but we can talk about Hewenden Road, because I did come and see you do a fine auction. And how was the weather? We start this auction at 18 Hewenden Road in the morning, 11:30. And of course the sun's shining. I'm driving there thinking, I might even take the roof off the car. How good is this? Get to the auction.
Have a convertible, which is even crazier.
It's unbelievable. So getting excited, get to the auction. You're out there on the street. It's all happening, Phil. The sun's shining, and then what happens?
There, it's almost like Armageddon. It's like the world is about to end. Because you can literally, as I'm starting to conduct the auction, the temperature just drops by about 5 degrees. The skies go black.
And it's Armageddon, right? Armageddon cold. That's what I'm Armageddon. So
We get to the end of the auction, knock it down a soul, and it starts to pour with rain. But we did get a great result there. We're on the market, I think, at 1,340,000
or thereabouts, or 50.
I
Yeah,
didn't get a chance to call it earlier, and we sold that for $1.4 million to a delightful family that are incidentally
from the
moving
Docklands.
from
The Docklands. There you go. That whole Docklands St Kilda East connection, Phil. There's something spooky about it.
Something in it.
Spooky, Phil. Let's talk about what was the next on the agenda, Philip. We then went to Bowles Avenue. We came pretty close there.
We did. No cigar there yet.
Great
Gary.
property, sold, passed in. We've got an offer on the table at $1,300,000. We're about 100 away, Phil.
Vendor's reserve there's $1,395,000. If you're looking for a development opportunity or a new home site, or just renovate this house, or just put it in the investment portfolio, because I think it's returning something like $36,000.
It's not a bad rent, is it, Phil?
Not a bad rent, absolutely.
Phil, after that, we were off to Kooyong Road, number 25 Kooyong Road. Had a little bit of fireworks there, 3 strong bidders going for it. Prices undisclosed, but a good sale.
It was a great result, Gary, and well over the vendor's reserve. And we held that auction inside. We weren't going to be bitten by the bad weather again, but that was a good result and a really lovely house. I liked that home a lot.
We have got on Saturday morning, Philip, an auction in Shepperson Avenue in Carnegie. Now, tell us a little bit about this property, Phil, because this is a bite-sized opportunity. It's an investment chance. And I've got to tell you that Leo Samuel is the man who's going to be auctioning this one, and Alex Campbell is the handler at 11:30 a.m.
He is, Gary, and I've got to tell you, Leo is a great auctioneer. For those of you that haven't seen Leo, should come down to 1 at 23 Shepperson Avenue, a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1 lock-up garage villa that we've been quoting around the $300,000 mark.
Got to be good value at that, doesn't it?
Great opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you buy a 1-bedroom apartment when you can buy a 1-bedroom villa with some land?
Indeed. Why would you, Philip? 4 at 198 Elmer Road in East St Kilda. That goes up at 1:30 p.m. It's our only other auction on Saturday, because we did have another one that got sold before auction, and this time Jeremy Rosen has the honours. Tell us a little bit about this.
It's just around the corner from our Caulfield office in Elmer Road, near the intersection of Orrong Road. So before the auction, I would urge you to go to Echo Blue for breakfast, or to Ginger and Smart, or to...
What's Ginger? Frank and Ginger.
Frank and Ginger.
Or Echo Blue.
Or Echo Blue, well, we said Echo Blue, or...
Espresso.
Espresso. So you've got 3 cafes within walking distance.
You forgot espresso, did you?
No, I didn't. I love
Bit of early dementia coming through there, take note.
Great apartment, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. It's actually got a lock-up garage, light and bright and good value.
Philip, at 12:30 on Sunday, we're going to be at Notthad Street. And that is number 3, Notthad Street.
You can't pronounce the names of the streets in our local area, Gary. This is a great property because it's in original condition but immaculate. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street parking, and a big frontage, lovely parcel of land. And this house could be refurbished or renovated a treat, subject to the usual council approval.
Nikki Janover brings 23 Alfada Street to the market, Philip, in Caulfield South at 2:30, and I think you've got the honours of doing this auction. Tell us a little bit about it.
Can't wait for that one, Gary. We did GPTV there last week, and what a stunning house. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, double lock-up garage, swimming pool, home theatre. This, as I said last week, is the Big Mac of real estate because it's the one with a lot.
It's a beautiful property, Philip, and Sunday is going to be preceded with another beautiful property, and that happens to be, Philip, in Devon Street, and that is a magnificent home. Now, you've been very involved with this. The numbers have been good. The interest is high. We're expecting some action at that auction, Philip, in Devon Street at 3:30 p.m. Tell us all about this beautiful home.
I will have dropped into Einstein's, which is just in Hawthorne Road, round the corner, where I will have had a double espresso. If I have time, I might stroll from Einstein's down to Tuck Shop, get a burger and a thick shake, and then arrive at this auction, or roll to the auction. But what a great location Devon Street is, walking distance to those wonderful attractions in the tram and Hawthorne Road. This is an architect-designed single-storey house that has been only one owner. The vendor there had this property designed and built for them, and it is absolutely stunning.
It's a beautiful home.
Hard to get an almost brand new single-storey house.
That is a home worth fighting for under auction conditions, Philip. And that, as they say, is bada bim, bada boom. That's a wrap. That is all we've got this weekend coming up. So it's actually a bit of a quiet one, Philip. But you know, it was reported today in the paper, and I'm feeling it, that the volume is not big, but the results are great and the demand's strong. So I think the winners are the vendors at the moment who are out there in the marketplace.
And if we look at spring, Gary, because we're sitting here in the middle of August, which means our our September is basically gone. We could still fit a few people in for probably the last weekend of September. But then it's October, November, and the year's almost over. It looks like the volume this spring is not going to be what we all anticipated. And the message there is
Might
that
just go away.
The message, yeah, right.
No point being here,
The
is it?
message there is that if there's lower volume, that's going to put pressure on prices. So if you are a seller that's thinking about coming to the market, this spring looks like a great opportunity where less offerings means more competition, means higher prices.
There's something in that. I think you know what you're talking about. Phil, it would be remiss and negligent of us not to talk about where we sit right now, because we are here at number 21A Allison Road, Elsternwick, and this is a street that I used to live in, and since I moved out, prices have soared. Why do you think that is?
Well, let's talk about Allison Road in Elsternwick, because it is one of the best addresses in Elsternwick. If you talked about the 10 best streets in Elsternwick, this is right up there.
The best three, two or three.
Okay,
What do you got? You've got Elizabeth, Allison, Seymour, maybe St George's,
Okay,
that's
look,
it.
I'm just trying to be a bit more encompassing. So let's say it's in the top 5 streets.
No doubt.
This is a great street and this is a great house. Walking distance to the fantastic Harleston Park.
Oh yeah,
I'd welcome all the viewers. I did a video tour of this, so click on the video tour and have a look.
Yes.
But Harleston Park literally becomes your back garden.
It does.
You walk from here literally to the vibrant and exciting Glen Huntly Road shopping centre.
All happening there.
Go to the classic cinema on a Saturday night or a Sunday afternoon if that should be your thing.
Cafe after restaurant after cafe, and there's a cinema there. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
This is the perfect property because it's north-facing back garden. It's a
Bus.
very
Tram.
Yes, let
train.
me talk about the house, Gary.
Sorry.
This is a very wide property, so this property's got a real generous feel to it. The central entrance and stunning timber floorboards. It's been beautifully renovated by our current owners, so there's not a cent to spend. Stunning kitchens, bathrooms, everything that opens and shuts is here. So it's just a great opportunity. If you want a home that you can move straight into, not spend a cent, this is the one for you.
So winter continues to perform strongly, Philip. There are some good select offerings that are competed, and we are covering all these different suburbs. Last weekend, I mean, we must have been over about 8 or 9 different suburbs. So we're loving the variety, Philip. Loving the variety, and
now,
it's all happening.
Can we just, on behalf of the viewers, ask? We're here in the second week of August.
Are you correct?
Right?
You got that right.
And the business really, the market really stops the third week of December.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So we've got half of August.
Yep.
September.
Yes.
October,
Yes.
November, half of December. So we're really talking about four months.
4 months, yep.
Are you planning another holiday in the next 4 months?
Well, only one. I'm going to leave it there because this has become a roasting, and I feel like I'm being victimised and singled out here. Why is that?
Well, I've got to tell you, Gary, all will be forgiven if you actually spend the next couple of weeks writing some business and actually getting some things done, and then we'll have a look at your results.
I'm actually not going away in September this year, believe it or not.
Fantastic. Although we are going to a conference, aren't we?
We are.
We
talking.
are speakers at a national real estate conference.
We are, Phil. They're coming
When's
from
that?
everywhere. We've got John McGrath and Kevin Sheedy and Barry Bazaplant. Can I call him? Is it
Bazaplant?
Can I call him Bazaplant? Is that disrespectful? Sorry,
disrespectful.
he's such a successful,
We'll go
lovely guy.
with that. He's a nice guy, actually.
He is. Barry Plant, and then there's us. So they obviously had something to
There's
spot
about
the film.
15 other speakers,
Yeah.
which we are. I saw on the net the other day that they're sending out emails saying come to this conference and we're speakers.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure that's an advertisement for that conference.
We've been promoted, so we're going to enjoy addressing the 4 people that are there. Probably 2 from our office.
No, this is principals from all around
It is,
Australia,
Phil.
Gary.
Yeah,
it's
so-
a well-attended conference.
and
we
we are
went to one
talking-
there about 5 years ago.
And we're talking about video, Phil.
Yep.
About video.
We are the masters of video.
We are. Philip, it's been a big week at Gary Peer and Associates. It's been a big week in the marketplace. It's good to be back. Thanks for welcoming
Good to have you
so beautifully. Well, I'll look forward, together with you, seeing you all next week. Bye for now.
Have a lovely week.